ISKCON baby founder Acharya His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivaraja Acharya Ashtottara Shatashi Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gau Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. All glory assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glory assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glory assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So, like every Monday, we will be reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, in particular, today is also the Hare Panchami festival. So, we will be discussing sometime the Hare Panchami festival. So, this is the special life of Vaishnavas celebrating so many festivals. Yesterday was one festival of disappearance of Srila Vekareshwar Pandit. And before that was festival of Ratha Yatra. And now upcoming soon festival of Janmashtami. And before that so many festivals. And just before that festival of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur disappearance day. Srila Gadadhar Pandit disappearance day. So every now and then we have beautiful festivals. So this is the culture of spiritual world. Akhanditotsavam. Spiritual world is a place where Akhanditotsavam. Even now if you go to Sri Rangam temple in South India, you will see. I heard once from one senior devotee that more than 200 days in a year they celebrate some festival or the other in Sri Rangam. So many festivals. So Srila Prabhupada has given us also so many festivals very mercifully to absorb us and cheer our hearts and delight our minds fully, so that we can happily and easily forgo and forget this material world's pleasures. Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj mentions in his book Servant of Servant that how Srila Prabhupada gave them so many festivals in Los Angeles to celebrate. One of the festivals was Dadi Bhanda. So there are photos of that original festival day. Said they have brought a small container and they have erected a churning rod in that. And Americans are coming, children and elders, they are churning rod in that container, metal container, churning the Dadi. So that is Dadi Bhanda festival Srila Prabhupada has given them. So Srila Prabhupada said, I can give you so many festivals after festivals you can always enjoy. So we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. So like every Monday we read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We will be reading today about Hare Panchami from the 14th chapter of Madhya Lila. Text 106. हेरा पंचमीर दिन आईला जानिया, काशी मिश्र कहे राजा सयत्न करिया। हेरा पंचमीर दिन आईला जानिया, काशी मिश्र कहे राजा सयत्न करिया। हेरा पंचमीर दिन आईला जानिया, काशी मिश्र कहे राजा सयत्न करिया। Word meanings. Hera Panchami Dina. The day of Hera Panchami, Aila, was nearing. Janiya, knowing. Kashi Mishra, unto Kashi Mishra. Kahe, says. Raja, the king. Sayatna Kariya, with great attention. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Knowing that the Hera Panchami festival was drawing near, King Prataparudra attentively talked with Kashi Mishra. So I'll offer Mangala Charan prayers now, because going forward in the verses, in between we'll be speaking. So we'll offer prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurattishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangum Langhayade Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Namo Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very delighted to celebrate the festival of Hera Panchami. Hera Panchami Mahotsav ki Jai. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu celebrated the Ratha Yatra ceremony, and the Ratha reached Gundicha temple from Nilachal to Sundarachal. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after reaching Gundicha, Sundarachal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would stay there only for 9 days. During the whole tenure of Lord Jagannath's stay at Sundarachal, Lord Chaitanya also will stay there only with all his devotees and will enact so many pastimes in the gardens surrounding Gundicha temple for 9 days. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be invited to 9 chief devotees' houses on each of the 9 days for lunch prasadam. And the rest of the devotees, they will, sometimes 2-3 devotees combined on one day. For the rest of Chaturmasya period, they will invite Mahaprabhu every day for prasadam. And that is how everybody got opportunity, and some did not get actually. So Mahaprabhu will stay entire 9 days at Gundicha temple, Jagannath Vallabh gardens, outside that. So one particular year is now being discussed here by Kaviraj Goswami, that so Ratha Yatra goes, and after 5 days this festival comes, and after 4 more days the Ratha Yatra goes back to Nilachal from Sundarachal. Jagannath goes back. So after 5 days one special festival happens. So what that happens, we will talk shortly. Now, to make preparations for that, Prataprudra Maharaj, the top person in the region or in the temple or in the community or in the kingdom even, so he is, calling for a meeting. Like we also have festival meetings, Jagannath festival, Rath Yatra festival or Janmashtami festival meetings. So he's calling for a meeting with Kashi Mishra and, requesting him that, listen very attentively talking. What he is talking? Next verse. Kalya hera panchami habe lakshmira vijaya aiche utsava karayena kabhu nahi haya. Tomorrow will be the function of Hera Panchami or Lakshmi Vijaya. Hold this festival in a way that it has never been held before. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Hera Panchami festival takes place 5 days after the Ratha Yatra festival. Lord Jagannath has left his wife, the goddess of fortune, and gone to Vrindavan, which is the Gundicha temple. Due to separation from the Lord, the goddess of fortune decides to come to see the Lord at Gundicha. The coming of the goddess of fortune to Gundicha is celebrated as Hera Panchami. Sometimes this is misspelled as Hara Panchami among the Ativadis. The word Hera means to see and refers to the goddess of fortune going to see Lord Jagannath. The word Panchami means the 5th day and is used because this takes place on the 5th day of the moon. Mahotsava karayai taiche vishesha sambhar dekhi Mahaprabhur yaiche haya chamatkar. King Prataprudra said, hold this festival in such a gorgeous way that upon seeing it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be completely pleased and astonished. So now this is very important to observe that King Prataprudra, being a great Vaishnava and the true leader, at the beginning he is setting the purpose, the goal of the festival right. The purpose of the festival is to please the Lord. This is very important as we will discuss towards the end of our discussion. So please keep in mind this point. Thakurera bhandar ar amara bhandare chitra vastra kinkini ar chatra chamare. Take as many printed cloths, small bells, umbrellas and chamaras as there are in my storehouse and in the Deities' storehouse. So we can see the mood, ideal mood of sharing all our resources and not the mood of holding that, okay, I will not share my resources for this festival, or for this purpose or for this person. No reservations. Festival is for the pleasure of the Lord. We are all there for the Lord. We will share and celebrate. Dhwaja vrinda pataka ghantaya karaha mandana nana vadya nritya dolaya karaha sajana. Collect all kinds of small and large flags and ringing bells, then decorate the carrier and have various musical and dancing parties accompany it. In this way, decorate the carrier attractively. Dviguna kariya kara saba upahar ratha yatra haite yaiche ayachamatkar. You should also double the quantity of prasadam. Make so much that it will even surpass the Ratha Yatra festival. So if you see the shloka, what Prataprudra Maharaj is telling, Dviguna Kariya Kara Saba Upahar. All the preparations. Srila Prabhupada is particularly hinting about prasadam. All the preparations, all the upahars, all the presentations to the Lord should be doubled. So we can see how Srila Prabhupada also for book distribution, every year he will say, double it. So whether it is Prataprudra Maharaj, or it is a great Vaishnava Srila Prabhupada, they all share the same mood, that double it. And Srila Prabhupada will always say, double it, double it. The same way we can see here. And actually we can see in our temple how fortunate we are, how blessed we are, that how the festivals are celebrated so gorgeously. Right? You can see the flower decorations today also, and 2 days ago on Ratha Yatra also. And on other festivals also we have seen our temple is decorated, so fantastically, magnificently, gorgeously. The flowers are decorated. Also we can see, like for this Jagannath festival, how we have a beautiful temple made up. Powerful, aristocratic, magnificent, charming temple made up for Lord Jagannath. So nice. Also we can see whole courtyard here has been made air conditioned, right? So that when it is waterproofing is done, so nobody should feel humidity or suffocation. Every Vaishnava should feel very comfortable to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. So nice. Also we can see the beautiful dress of Lord Jagannath today. How many of you noticed that it is flower dress today? Please raise hands. Okay, many devotees noticed. So everybody should notice it carefully, because in the morning 4:30 I happened to meet His Grace Apurva Gopal Prabhu and another one young devotee, and Prabhuji. So I came to know that they remained awake whole night last night to make this dress. 7-8 devotees. You want to say something? So whole night they remained awake to make this dress very fresh in the morning, to offer to the Lord fresh, flowers, beautiful, fragrant, blooming flowers and petals. Whole night they remained awake. Also we can see that how on different festivals, our temple, leaders, they make beautiful gate. You've seen at the entry, beautiful gate is made, huge on the road. Beautiful, huge, big gate is made, which looks very, aristocratic and very beautiful, very attractive. Right? When you're entering, only the mood is set that, I am entering a festival place. Similarly, you can see that, how gorgeously Maha Abhishek is offered to the Lord. Irrespective of it is daytime or weekdays, any festival, Maha Abhishek, you can see the temple hall is full, because the Abhishek is offered so beautifully, so gorgeously. So many items are offered to the Lord, and then flowers, and then so many types of, lamp offerings, kurma and matsya. And also you can see kirtan parties on festival days, whole day different wonderful singers are leading kirtans for the pleasure of the Lord. And in the Rath Yatra day also, several kirtan parties were singing, right? Also we can see that on the Rath Yatra day, from morning till night, thousands of people were fed full prasadam, rice and curry and chola, right? All of you saw? The beautiful prasadam was served whole day, hot, fresh prasadam, lovingly served in pattals, and people were sitting all across in such devotional mood. You can see they were sitting on the floor also. Now, sometimes having spent few years in temple, we feel that नहीं मैं नीचे बैठ के नहीं खा सकता हूँ. I need a hall or sitting place properly to take prasadam. But people, they come with such devotional feeling on this day that prasadam is being served to all the guests, and they are sitting. You can see, right? You saw that day. They were sitting all across this walking place, this ramp or this corridor, just sitting on the corner on the floor and taking very satisfactorily prasadam. Thousands and thousands of people were served whole day prasadam. Then, so not only these gorgeous celebrations of festival, either decorations or offerings to the Lord, or serving prasadam to the guests, or making wonderful arrangements by queues for them to take darshan comfortably without any hassles. But even after the festival, so wonderfully His Grace Sandipani Krishna Prabhuji's team, they ensure that everything is done wind up very properly. Like that Rath Yatra day, while the Rath was entering Juhu, it heavily rained and all the devotees, became wet. And when everyone entered the temple, all across temple, whether temple hall, this ramp or corridor or outside, everywhere it was muddy. All so difficult to even walk even. But next day, night at 10 o'clock, it is like this. Next day, 3:30, 4 o'clock, if you are coming, everything is clean and dry, back to normal. Nice mats are spread, and comfortably come and sit and chant. So even the wind-up team or this team, Sandipani Krishna Prabhuji's team, so wonderfully doing every cleaning immediately after the festival. Not that, okay, abhi so jao, next day morning dekhenge jo hoga. No, everything is, spick and span there and then cleaned and organized properly. The temple is spick and span for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and the Vaishnavas. So wonderful fortune we have to be connected to Srila Prabhupada's beautiful palace, where festivals are celebrated so gorgeously, so fantastically. Of course, I'm missing many details. I am just speaking about few things which a common man's eye notices, but there must be dozens of other details also, how festivals are organized. Surely the Sandipani Krishna Prabhuji's team also gets permission from the police for the road traffic and all that, so many things, and the parking team is working hard to arrange the parking properly. So many devotees do their services so beautifully so that the festival is celebrated very gorgeously. So the same mood is coming. This is the mood we are learning from Prataprudra Maharaj, which we are following here so nicely, and we are part of. All we have to do is just participate. All these devotees, they work up for weeks and whole night wake up just so that we can participate. So it becomes very important responsibility for all of us to participate in the festivals heartily. If we just participate in the festivals nicely, all the devotees, leaders, seniors, the organizers, they become so pleased that Vaishnavas participated very cheerfully and devotionally in the festivals. Seita kariha prabhu laya bhaktagana swachande asiya yaiche karena darshana. Arrange the festival in such a way that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may freely go with all his devotees to visit the deity without difficulty. So another important aspect to note, that Sri Prataprudra Maharaj, because at the outset he had set the goal, the aspiration, the ambition, right, that we want to please the Lord. So he's attentive to the details. Not just that, okay, make gorgeous celebrations, big decorations and big prasadam, and that's it. And then so much public has come, and that day when Mahaprabhu is coming, there is no place for him to go peacefully and get darshan and sit peacefully. Right? No. He's very attentive that ensure that Mahaprabhu also can visit the deity and the darshans of the festival, everything very easily, comfortably. Pratah kale Mahaprabhu nija ganalaya Jagannatha darshana kaila sundara chale aya. In the morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his personal associates with him to see Lord Jagannath at Sundarachal. Purport. Sundarachal is the Gundicha temple. The temple of Jagannath at Jagannathpur is called Nilachal. And the temple at Gundicha is called Sundarachal. नीलाचले आइला पुनः भक्त गण संगे देखिते उत्कंठा हेरा पंचमी रंगे. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal devotees returned to Nilachal with great eagerness to see Hera Panchami festival. So this verse can help us understand the importance of participating in the festivals along with the devotees. Sitting at home or in the ashram, attending the festival on YouTube is surely good, but the best is to walk down to the temple and along with the devotees participate in the festival. That much trouble we should take. So many devotees are working hard to put up the festival, but we should take that much trouble at least to come down and participate in the festival personally, even if it is crowded. Not that we attend on the YouTube. Surely that is nice. We are increasing the YouTube rating also of the temple videos, but that is not, that is for those who cannot come. Those who are in other cities or states or out of India, for them it is okay. But for us, from nearby houses or temple residents, for us very important. Why? Because when we attend the festival with the devotees, we may feel that, okay, while attending through YouTube also I am benefiting. What is the loss? I am seeing the Lord. I am seeing the Abhishek. I am hearing Kirtan also now on the YouTube videos. Everything is there. So where is the missing thing? No, the major thing missing is experiencing the devotion of devotees who, with great eagerness and enthusiasm, are beholding the beautiful worship of the Lord or relishing the kirtans and dancing very enthusiastically. We cannot dance with the YouTube video in the room or in our house. Right? But here when we see the devotees dancing, seeing them, we are also inspired to dance. Even if no space in temple hall, then we'll go into the courtyard and dance. And similarly, seeing the devotees beholding the Lord with such eagerness and attention and devotion absorbs our heart. In this mood of festival, in the devotional mood. Otherwise we miss the devotional mood, sitting on the YouTube and parallelly getting attracted to drinking water or doing some other errands, something. But when we are here with the devotees, then we are not distracted by anything else. All around we see everyone is looking towards the Lord and listening to the kirtan and dancing and chanting very enthusiastically. So this devotion of the devotees affect us. Srila Rupa Goswami talks about a concept called Rati Abhas. Sometimes when great devotees are leading kirtans, we also feel such spiritual delight. Sometimes somebody may even feel some, eyes moistening. So that Rati Abhas is what? Not our property of feeling for the Lord. And that's not our property. That is awarded to us in the association of a very advanced Vaishnava momentarily. But experiencing those droplets of spiritual joy, Satyanande Chidatmani, we are able to say no to the material joys, which in a city like Mumbai especially, we are thrown with every moment, right? So very important to learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to come down to the temple hall and along with the devotees, either standing here and there, participating in the festival personally here with the kirtans and always. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, many times in his lectures he used to say, especially in ashram meetings, he used to say that if devotees don't have any seva, come down to the temple hall, sit in the kirtan, participate in the kirtan, glorify the Lord by kirtan. So Maharaj will always say this, many lectures. Kashi Mishra Prabhure Bahu Adar Kariya Swagana Sah Bhal Sthane Vasai Lalaya. Kashi Mishra received Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great respect, and taking the Lord and his associates to a very nice place, he had them seated. After taking Rasa Vishesha Prabhura Shunite Manohaila Ishat Hasiya Prabhu Swarupe Puchila. After taking his seat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to hear about a particular mellow of devotional service. Therefore, mildly smiling, he began to question Swarup Damodar. So, another very important lesson here. What is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing? He wanted to hear about the glories of this festival. So, this is the heart of any festival. The essence, the prana, the life of any festival is Shravanam. At the heart of the event rests Shravanam about the glories of the festival. So that is the most important part. If that thing is missing, then the gorgeous, beautiful, expensive festival celebrations, they become merely a mental excursion, some entertainment for the mind. And we have the good example of Ratha Yatra of Jagannath Puri, where when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and Prataprudra Maharaj was blessed with the special mercy to be able to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dance in all the 7 parties. So in one of the parties where Mahaprabhu was dancing, Nityananda Prabhu wanted to protect Mahaprabhu from the gushing crowds. So he made a circle of devotees. Outside that, Kashishwar and Govinda devotees, they made a circle of devotees. Outside that, another circle of devotees was made by Harichandan and King Prataprudra, etc., all the third circle. Now, Prataprudra Maharaj is in this third circle. I am discussing an example. What is the importance of hearing or knowing the glories of the festival? Otherwise, there is earth and sky difference in our attitude during the day of the festival, and which makes or mars the festival. So Prataprudra Maharaj is in the third circle, external, outermost circle. And in the middle of the circle is dancing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Uddanda Nritya he is doing. Now, in the third circle, Prataprudra Maharaj is not able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dance properly. It is interfered by the other devotees in the preceding 2 circles. So Harichandan, who is one of the important officers under Prataprudra Maharaj. So Harichandan, what he is doing to assist the king being able to see properly, he is trying to push the devotee right in front of King Prataprudra. And who is that wonderful devotee? Srivas Thakur. So Srivas Thakur is right in front of Prataprudra Maharaj, and Harichandan is trying to tap him that, get aside, get aside, get aside. So once, twice, thrice, fourth, fifth, after so many taps, Srivas Thakur becomes annoyed because he is also relishing the beautiful dance of Mahaprabhu. He turns around and gives a big slap to Harichandan. And Harichandan is very angry. And then he is just about to, retort or take a revenge or, hit back Srivas Thakur. When Prataprudra Maharaj stops him, hey, ruko, ruko. Hare, you are so fortunate. Shri Hasta Sparsha. You are so fortunate to get the touch of a great Vaishnava, Srivas Thakur. Instead of being angry, you should feel blessed and cheerful and happy. We know Shivananda Sen, when Nityananda Prabhu kicked him, Shivananda Sen was so joyful. So similarly, Prataprudra Maharaj is telling you should be very joyful that Srivas Thakur has touched you. So now, meditating on this scene, Rath Yatra festival is happening. Huge celebrations, decorations, preparations, dancing, kirtan parties, flower decorations, chamaras, everything is gorgeous. And prasadam is unlimited. Amidst that, this incident happens. Now see the response of Prataprudra Maharaj. How fortunate and blessed he is feeling that we have been slapped by Srivas Thakur. Because he knows, he has heard the glories of Srivas Thakur, a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. That is why he can give such kind of response. He could have reacted and later gone to Mahaprabhu and told Mahaprabhu, do you know that all your Bengali devotees, Srivas Thakur is a part of that Bengali devotees team. All these Bengali devotees, we have made arrangements for all of their accommodation and nice prasadam. And this very Harichandan only has done all these things. And not only the Bengali devotees, even for your Vrindavan visit, he only arranged all the boats and the resting houses and the prasadam storehouses and security. Everything he and Mardharaj only arranged. Now, he and we are serving you and your people. And is this the response we are supposed to get? To get slapped by you people? Now, we will not serve you then. Forget it now. We have got the price of our, the reward of our service. This is the reward that you people are only slapping us now. Forget the service and we will also now wait for an opportunity to square up. No, that is not the mood of Prataprudra Maharaj. He can very well say that. But see the difference, earth and sky difference. Because he has heard about the glories of the festival, the glories of the devotees. And that is why on the festival day, because of this hearing, he can live for the pleasure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, if we miss this thing, hearing about the festival and the glories of the personalities involved that day in that festival, if we don't hear these things, then our festival celebrations can only remain a personal mental entertainment. The whole festival can become a tool for my own enjoyment by engaging in various activities as per my own comfort and competence. All this festival then is meant for giving me a jubilant experience of the day. Ignoring, neglecting or forgetting that the festival is meant to give pleasure to the Lord. This is what we were discussing in the beginning. The king said it right at the outset. This festival decorations, festival celebrations is for the pleasure of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if we miss the hearing, then all our whole day celebrations, they are reduced to nothing but my own enjoyment. Whole festival is for my own a delightful, jubilant day. And the success of the day or the festival remains how much I became happy, how much I got the attention, how much I was appreciated, how much I was noticed, how much I was in the limelight, how much my service was used. Everybody depended on my service or my talent or my skill or my performance. So the whole festival boils down to this consciousness of me being the center and the object of pleasure and satisfaction. And thus we miss deriving the actual pleasure and the benefit from the festival. Right? So it's very important that hearing is the heart of the festival. Hearing about the glories of that event and the personalities associated and their mentalities associated during that celebrations. When we brush our consciousness with their mentality, with their attitude, with their consciousness, then we realize the difference and then we get a direction that how I have to be oriented today to celebrate this festival properly for the pleasure of the Lord. And then even if my dealings, I could not live up to the standards, what to talk of if I could live up to the standards of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pleasure and Srila Prabhupada's pleasure. Even if I could not live up to the standards of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, I failed in my dealings. I failed in my services, could not do best properly. Still, because the aspiration was to please Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will still feel delighted. At the end of the day, some sublime joy, satisfaction. Although I failed, although I did my service, I couldn't do it properly. Still, because the aspiration was proper. Just like Jatayu, he failed in his project. Not only failed, but failed so miserably that he lost his life also. But one senior devotee was telling that very same day, Lord Ram sent him in the evening back to Vaikuntha. And he was satisfied that I gave my life for the Lord. So if your aspiration is right, then even if we have failed in our attempts to please, still the joy will be ours. That is the success. So now we will go into the festival and try to, within 5-7 minutes, complete it. And now I will not read the verse, we will just read the translations. Although Lord Jagannath enjoys his pastimes at Dwarka Dham and naturally manifests sublime liberality there, still, once a year, he becomes unlimitedly eager to see Vrindavan. Pointing out the neighboring gardens, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all these gardens exactly resemble Vrindavan. Therefore, Lord Jagannath is very eager to see them again. I forgot to seek the blessings of senior Vaishnavas in the beginning. Please forgive me. I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas and seniors. Prabhuji is there so that I can serve this seva nicely for pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and my purification. Externally, he gives the excuse that he wants to participate in the Rath Yatra festival, but actually he wants to leave Jagannath Puri to go to Sundarachal, the Gundicha temple, a replica of Vrindavan. So just like Mahaprabhu's appearance also has external and internal reasons, similarly Jagannath's Rath Yatra also has external reasons and internal reasons. The Lord enjoys his pastimes day and night in various flower gardens there, but why does he not take Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, with him? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is putting this question to Ramananda Rai. Sarup Damodar Goswami. Sarup Damodar replied, my dear Lord, please hear the reason for this. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, cannot be admitted to the pastimes of Vrindavan. In the pastimes of Vrindavan, the only assistants are the gopis, but for the gopis, no one can attract the mind of Lord Krishna. The Lord said, using the car festival as an excuse, Krishna goes there with Subhadra and Baladeva. All the pastimes with the gopis that take place in those gardens are very confidential ecstasies of Lord Krishna. No one knows them. Since there is no fault at all in Krishna's pastimes, why does the goddess of fortune become angry? Swarup Damodar replied, it is the nature of a girl afflicted by love to become immediately angry upon finding any neglect on the part of her lover. While Swarup Damodar and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were talking, the procession of the goddess of fortune came by. She was riding upon a golden palanquin, carried by 4 men and bedecked with a variety of jewels. The palanquin was also surrounded by people carrying umbrellas, chamara whisks and flags, and it was preceded by musicians and dancing girls. The maid servants were carrying water pitchers, chamara whisks, and boxes for betel nuts. There were hundreds of maid servants, all attractively dressed and wearing valuable necklaces. In an angry mood, the goddess of fortune arrived at the main gate of the temple accompanied by many members of her family, all of whom exhibited uncommon opulence. When the procession arrived, the maid servants of the goddess of fortune began to arrest all the principal servants of Lord Jagannath. So basically what happened is, now on this festival day, Lakshmi Devi is very angry that Jagannath, while going for Rath Yatra, told me tomorrow only I will come back. And while telling that promise, only Jagannath knew I will not follow this promise. So Lakshmi Devi waited for 2-3 days, but after 5 days it is enough. Enough is enough. Now she comes out in very angry mood. And the huge procession reaches up to Gundicha temple, and there Lakshmi Devi's maid servants finds the servants of Lord Jagannath at the gate. And then what they do? They arrest all the principal servants of Jagannath. The maid servants bound the servants of Jagannath, handcuffed them, and made them fall down at the lotus feet of the goddess of fortune. Indeed, they were arrested just like thieves who have all their riches taken away. When the servants fell down before the lotus feet of the goddess of fortune, they almost fell unconscious. They were chastised and made the butt of jokes and loose language. They were all targeted, many jokes, and they were really made fun of all the servants of Jagannath, and they were beaten nicely and fallen down in front of Lakshmi Devi. Nice punishment. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates saw this such impudence exhibited by the maid servants of Goddess of Fortune. They covered their faces with their hands and began to smile. Swarup Damodar said, there is no egoistic pride like this within the three worlds. At least I have never seen it. To summarize, I'll summarize now. So then what happens is, Swarup Damodar Goswami is telling that, this is really unique. When any normal wife or the gopis of Vrindavan, when they are angry with the Lord, at max they will, with sullen faces, they will draw some lines with their nails of the feet on the floor. And they will express their, displeasure like this. But this is really different. This is completely different. The Lakshmi Devi, along with hundreds of her maid servants, coming out in a big procession and reaching up to the gate of Gundicha temple and beating the servants of the husband so nicely, punishing them so bitterly or lovingly. And Kaviraj Goswami mentions later that why they were so decorated, uncommon, decorations, uncommon opulence. Because after reaching Gundicha, they wanted to show the servants of Lord Jagannath and direct them or hint them that when there is so much Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So their intention was to show to the servants of Jagannath, when there is so much opulence in Nilachal, why your Lord is attracted to some flowers and leaves and fruits of this forest? So much opulence is there in Nilachal. Why is he? What is this? What he is doing like this? So this is their intention. And then they go there and they are beating the servants very nicely. And we have clicked a photo of that. And we will show you now here. Can you show that beautiful photo? So a few years ago, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj shared this photo on this day. Very beautiful darshan of how the servants of Mother Lakshmi beating the servants of Jagannath. So you see, Hari Bol. So you see Lakshmi Devi sitting on the golden palanquin, and the maid servants of Lakshmi Devi, they are with sticks or something, they are beating the servants of Jagannath. Tera Panchami festival ki jai. So they are nicely beating. And not only beating the servants, they even beat the Rath cart, which is standing outside Gundicha temple, and they break the cart also. One Vaishnava was telling they break the carts. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned that they were beating the carts with the sticks. So they were beating the carts also and the servants also nicely. And they were criticizing also that why your Lord is coming here when all the opulence is there in Nilachal, in Jagannath Puri temple. And then after being beaten so much, the servants, they promise Mother Lakshmi that we promise you tomorrow only we'll bring back Jagannath. Please forgive us, please spare us, please let us be spared. And then they spare the servants of Jagannath, and then Lakshmi Devi with that promise accepting, and then Lakshmi Devi goes back to Nilachal, that Jagannath will come tomorrow. So this beautiful festival was observed wonderfully by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with the devotees. And Mahaprabhu used to do this every year. Not that, okay, this year we saw the festival, maybe next year, why to go? Same festival, we know Lakshmi Devi will come from Jagannath school, or Lokhandwala, and Lakshmi Devi will do some pastimes there, and we know every year, so why to go? No. Every year Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go. And after the festival, generally, I am hungry and running to the Prasadam hall. But even when Lakshmi Devi has gone back, Mahaprabhu is still in the mood of the festival only, and then further they are talking. Taking cue, Srivas Thakur then jumps in the discussion and he says, what is there in this forest leaves and fruits and flowers of Vrindavan. My Lakshmi Devi has such opulence of Vaikuntha. And then, Sarup Damodar Goswami is also no less learned. He also then answers back, Are, you don't know the opulence of Vrindavan. Vrindavan, his whole space is made of Chintamani. And the feet of the gopis are decorated with the Chintamani jewels. So then he goes on elaborately glorifying Vrindavan's opulence and divine transcendental opulence and the beauty of Vrindavan. So like this, back and forth discussion is going on even after the festival. Even after the festival is over, Lakshmi Devi has gone back to Nilachal. But still Mahaprabhu is relishing the discussions. Why? Because the center of the discussion, the object of the festival is Krishna. And the discussion is continuing after that also. So this should be the mood we should try to practice ourselves and inspire each other, the mood of celebrating festivals, keeping in mind the glories and the Shravanam and the pleasure of Krishna or Jagannath or Radharasbihari in the middle of our attitude or in our arrangements or our preparations. Many years ago on the Janmashtami celebration eve, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj giving class on this seat only. Maharaj was telling, one preparation is going on externally, and that is also very important. Big pandals and decorations and all the other arrangements. But Maharaj was telling that another preparation we have to do inside the heart also by glorifying the Lord, to welcome the Lord on this day of Janmashtami properly. So Maharaj wanted that both of these preparations should be done. So as other devotees are working hard overnight to make external preparations so beautifully, of course they are prepared internally also, that's why they are doing externally. It's my duty also that I prepare myself also internally by proper Shravanam and proper Sadachar with devotees to actually make it a festival of Krishna's pleasure and deriving pleasure by pleasing Krishna. So Hera Panchami festival is a wonderful day, very big festival. Every year Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to celebrate. Even today, after hundreds and hundreds or centuries later also, this festival is being celebrated very powerfully. And so this festival is celebrated today on the Hera Panchami day. And after that, every day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays there only till 9 days. And then Ulta Rath on the 24th of July, I believe it is. And then the Lord goes back to Nilachal. Sundarachal is Vrindavan. So I was thinking that I'm like Pralambasur. Pralambasur is also in Vrindavan. He looks like Vrajavasi, but actually he's a Asur. So in Vrindavan there can be like Pralambasur also. So I was thinking about myself that I have to work hard and improve. And externally not only we look like Vrajavasi, but we internally also prepare our ground to please the Lord and Srila Prabhupada and make really it a festival. Hera Panchami festival ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Jagannath Swami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We have 3-4 minutes. Prabhuji, any corrections or comments?
Hare Krishna. There is this first verse of 14th chapter, 10th canto Bhagavatam. Everybody can learn this verse. Naumidyate abravapase tadidambaraya gunjavatansa paripichala sanmukaya vanyas saje kavalavetra vishana venu lakshma shriye mridupade pashpangajaya. So in this, anyway, there is a lot of commentary. But Brahmaji, who always has darshan of Lord Vishnu many times in Vaikuntha and all. So now he has come down to Vrindavan and then he is seeing Krishna dressed in covered boy dress, like a covered boy. And then in one hand he is carrying curd rice and achar, then gunjavtams and all that. So Vishnu Thakur says, this form of the Lord and the place where he is going is more opulent than Vaikuntha. Pashupangajaya, son of Nanda Maharaj, then he is glorifying the land of Vrindavan by his lotus footprints, like that. So the discussion goes on, and then that Srivas Thakur is always, he's Narada Muni, Lakshmi's, he's glorifying Lakshmi Devi. Mahaprabhu says, I have never seen such arrogance. They bound Jagannath's servants and then they beat them very badly and then all that. Then see how opulent, what is there in Vrindavan? Shivas Thakur. Then Sarubdha Goswami describes the opulence of Golok Vrindavan, like that.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
That
Any other corrections or comments or? No. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hera Panchami Festival ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.